Have you ever wondered what truly predicts how many good years you have left after 70? It's not just luck or genetics. Your body's already giving off subtle signals that reveal how well you're really aging. The truth is, some people in their 70s and 80s are still full of energy, walking briskly, thinking clearly, and enjoying life to the fullest. Meanwhile, others start slowing down, facing health challenges, fatigue, and isolation. So what separates these two groups? It often comes down to a handful of powerful but overlooked signs, indicators that researchers and doctors consistently link to longevity, strength, and independence. And here's the good news. Most of these signs are things you can control or improve starting today. In this video, we're going to break down 7 key signs that reveal how long you may live after 70. These aren't guesses, myths, or old wives' tales. They're backed by real science, real studies, and patterns observed in people who live long, healthy, independent lives, well into their 90s and beyond. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in your own body and daily habits. And more importantly, you'll know what simple changes you can make to add healthy years to your life. And here's the thing, many of these signs are easy to miss. Most people don't even realize what their body's trying to tell them until it's too late. But if you stay with me until the end, you might just uncover one small habit you've been overlooking, something that could make a massive difference to your health and future. Because at this stage of life, it's not just about adding years, it's about making sure those years are filled with strength, independence, and joy. So are you ready to find out where you stand? And what can you do to give yourself the best possible future? Let's dive into the first sign. Of all the ways to predict how long you'll live, most people never guess that walking speed is near the top of the list. But according to countless studies, your pace, how quickly and confidently you move, can quietly reveal the true state of your health and your future. Here's why. Walking isn't just a simple movement. It's a whole body exercise that requires coordination, muscle strength, heart health, lung capacity, and even brain function. And when any of those systems start to slow down, your walking speed is often the first thing to show it. In fact, researchers now call walking speed the 6th vital sign for seniors. Why? Because people in their 70s and 80s who maintain a steady, brisk walking pace tend to live longer, healthier, more independent lives, while those who slow down too much face a much higher risk of illness, falls, and even early death. Let me give you a simple mental picture. Imagine two people, both 75 years old, Joe and Frank. Joe still walks every morning. He moves with confidence, keeps a steady pace, and crosses streets without hesitation. His body is balanced, his stride is smooth, and he doesn't need to lean on anything for support. People often mistake him for someone much younger. Frank, on the other hand, used to be active. But in recent years, his pace has slowed drastically. He now takes shorter steps, needs frequent breaks, and sometimes feels unsteady, especially when walking on uneven ground. Crossing the street feels risky. Climbing stairs feels like a chore. And here's the reality. Frank's slowing pace isn't just normal aging. It's a warning sign, a red flag that his muscles, his heart, and even his brain may be declining. Studies show that seniors who walk slower than 2 feet per second are at a significantly higher risk of health complications. That's barely fast enough to safely cross a street before the light changes. But here's the good news. Walking speed is not a life sentence. It's a fixable metric. The more you walk, the stronger your muscles stay. Regular walking keeps your heart pumping, your joints moving, and your brain engaged. In fact, it's one of the simple ways to fight back against aging. And there's a psychological reason why walking speed matters so much. When you move with purpose and confidence, the world treats you differently. People subconsciously view fast, steady walkers as more capable, independent, and even more mentally sharp. It sends a message to others and to yourself that you're still strong and engaged with life. So here's what you can do. Start paying attention to your pace. Are you keeping up with others? Can you walk a city block without needing to stop? Can you cross a street comfortably before the signal changes? If not, it's time to rebuild your strength. Simple changes like daily walks, gentle strength training, and even using light ankle weights can work wonders. It's not about running marathons. It's about making sure your legs, your heart, and your brain stay strong enough to carry you through life. Because how you move through the world really does predict how long you'll be moving in it. Have you noticed any changes in your walking speed lately? Drop a comment below and share your experience. I'd love to hear from you. Here's something most people overlook. The strength of your hands may reveal more about your future than any blood test or scan. Research shows that grip strength is one of the strongest predictors of how long you'll live and how well you'll live. Doctors now use grip strength as a quick way to check for hidden muscle loss, declining nerve function, and even future heart risks. But why is something as simple as a handshake so powerful? Because your grip is directly connected to your overall muscle health, nervous system function, and cardiovascular strength. A firm grip signals that your body still has the strength and resilience to handle life's daily challenges. Meanwhile, a weak grip is often one of the first warning signs that your body is starting to lose muscle, long before you notice it anywhere else. Let me share a quick story. Meet Robert, 78 years old. He's always been known for his solid handshake, a sign of his strength and confidence. Even now, he has no trouble twisting off jar lids, carrying groceries, or handling heavy tools in his workshop. His doctor once told him, "That grip of yours is better than half the men 20 years younger." Then there's Walter, also 78. He used to be strong, but recently he's noticed simple tasks getting harder. Unscrewing a bottle cap, holding a heavy bag, or even gripping the steering wheel for long drives. He brushed it off as normal aging, but what he didn't realize was that his declining grip strength is a red flag. It's not just about his hands, it's about his whole body. And here's where it gets serious. Weakened grip strength has been linked to a 20% higher risk of heart disease, stroke, and even early death. Because when your muscles start fading, so does your ability to stay independent. Now let's talk about the psychology of grip strength, because it runs deeper than physical health. Subconsciously, people associate a strong grip with vitality, confidence, and capability. It's a nonverbal signal that says, "I'm still strong. I'm still here." A weak handshake, however, sends the opposite message, whether you realize it or not. It can make others, and even yourself, start viewing you as vulnerable, or less capable. And once you start seeing yourself that way, it affects your mindset, your energy, and your desire to stay active. The good news? You can rebuild your grip strength at any age. Just like your legs and heart, your hands respond quickly to consistent effort. Try these simple exercises. Squeeze a tennis ball or stress ball daily. Use hand grippers while watching TV. Practice carrying grocery bags without resting every few steps. Do light dumbbell exercises to build forearm and wrist strength. Every small effort adds up, because here's the truth. Your grip strength today is not just about opening jars or carrying bags. It's about holding on to your independence, your confidence, and your life. So take a moment, test your grip right now. Can you still open a tight jar lid without help? Can you hold a heavy bag for a few minutes without strain? If yes, that's a great sign. If not, it's time to work on it. Because how well you hold on today determines how well you'll hold on to life in the years ahead. Here's a test that takes less than 10 seconds, but could quietly predict how long you'll live. Can you stand on one leg without wobbling? It sounds simple, but your ability to balance is one of the most powerful indicators of your overall health, brain function, and lifespan, especially after 70. You see, good balance isn't just about steady legs. It requires strong muscles, sharp reflexes, inner ear function, and a healthy brain working together. When one weakens, balance is often the first thing to go, long before major health problems show up. Studies have found that seniors who struggle to balance for just 10 seconds are up to twice as likely to face serious health risks. Like falls are up to twice as likely to face serious health risks. Like falls, fractures, cognitive decline, and even early death. That's because losing balance is rarely random. It's your body's early warning system saying, "Hey, something's off." Let me paint you a picture. Meet Carol, 73 years old. She starts every morning with a light yoga routine, easily balancing on one leg while brushing her teeth. Her doctor once told her, "Most people your age can't do that anymore." But Carol knows that her balance keeps her confident, mobile, and independent. Now meet Nancy, also 73. She's been active most of her life, but never thought about balance training. Lately, she's noticed herself grabbing the handrail more often, swaying slightly when standing still, or stumbling when she turns quickly. At first, she thought it was just the floor, but deep down, she knew something's changing. Here's the psychological truth most people overlook. Losing your balance retroactively changes how you feel about yourself. You start moving slower, avoid certain activities, and second-guessing simple tasks like stepping off a curb. Over time, this creates a dangerous loop. Less movement leads to weaker muscles, which makes your balance worse. But here's the good news. Balance is one of the most trainable skills, even after 70. Start by standing on one foot. Practice walking heel, two, toe, and try Tai Chi or light yoga, both proven. Just a few minutes a day can rewire your brain-body connection and restore confidence. Start by standing on one foot while holding onto a counter. Practice walking heel to toe in a straight line. Try Tai Chi or light yoga, both proven to boost balance and prevent falls. Stand up, no holding on. Now, how did you do? Now, are you ready for the test? Stand up, lift one foot a few inches off the ground and count to 10. No holding on, no wobbling. How did you do? If you make it, congratulations. You're aging better than most. If not, don't worry. Think of this as your starting point, because improving your balance isn't just about avoiding falls. It's about protecting your independence, your mobility, and your confidence. Every step you take toward better balance is a step toward a longer, healthier life. Here's something most people don't realize. How well you sleep after 70 is one of the strongest predictors of your future health and longevity. And it's not just about how many hours you spend in bed. It's about how well your body recovers while you sleep, repairing cells, clearing waste from your brain, and resetting your immune system. Researchers have found that poor sleep in older adults is linked to memory loss, heart disease, weakened immunity, and even early death. Meanwhile, seniors who sleep deeply and continuously live longer, stay sharper, and feel more affected. Do you wake up feeling refreshed, or do you drag yourself out of bed feeling like you barely slept? Because the difference is massive. Let me ask you, do you wake up feeling refreshed, or do you drag yourself out of bed feeling like you barely slept? Because the difference is massive. Let me share two stories that might sound familiar. Henry is 76. He goes to bed around the same time every night, gets 7 hours of sleep, and wakes up ready for the day. He's sharp, active, and his doctor says his heart and memory are better than most men of his age. Then there's Bill, also 76. Lately, he tosses and turns for hours, wakes up multiple times at night, and often feels exhausted, even after 8 hours in bed. His energy is low, his memory feels foggy, and every little task feels harder. Here's why sleep matters so much, especially as we age. When we sleep, the brain literally cleans itself, flushing out toxins linked to dementia and Alzheimer's. Poor sleep prevents this process, allowing harmful buildup that can affect memory, mood, and decision-making. And there's more. Poor sleep also triggers inflammation, raises blood pressure, and weakens the immune system, making it harder to fight off illness or recover from injury. So if you've been waking up tired, struggling to stay asleep, or feeling drained even after sleeping, don't ignore it. Your body is sending you a signal. The good news? There are simple, powerful ways to improve sleep quality at any age. Stick to a consistent bedtime, even on weekends. Get natural sunlight exposure in. Avoid screens, caffeine, and heavy meals before bed. And stick to a consistent bedtime, even on weekends. Get natural sunlight exposure in the morning to reset your internal clock. Avoid screens, caffeine, and heavy meals before bed. Create a cool, dark, quiet sleeping environment. And if you snore or stop breathing during sleep, talk to your doctor about sleep apnea, a hidden condition that silently steals years from your life. Here's something few people talk about. Consistent, restful sleep strengthens your emotional resilience. You handle stress better, stay more patient with loved ones, and protect your mental health. Because poor sleep doesn't just make you tired, it silently steals. So ask yourself honestly, how well are you sleeping these days? Because poor sleep doesn't just make you tired, It silently steals your health. Now that you've learned these 7 powerful signs, take a moment to reflect. Which of these apply to you right now? And which ones surprised you the most? Here's the truth. Aging well isn't luck. It's about paying attention to what your body's trying to tell you. Your walking speed, grip strength, balance, sleep quality, eating habits, stress levels, and social connections. Each one is a window into how well you're truly aging. And the best part? Most of these signs are changeable. No matter where you're starting from, there's always room to improve, one small step at a time. Maybe you've noticed you're walking slower these days. Maybe your grip feels weaker when opening jars. Or maybe you've been sleeping poorly, eating less, or isolating more than usual. These are not just random changes. They're your body's way of warning you. But here's the good news. You can turn things around. Start walking a little more each day. Your pace matters. Do simple strength exercises to protect your muscles and bones. Prioritize restful sleep. Your brain and heart depend on it. Make meals enjoyable again. Your appetite is a sign of vitality. Learn how to manage stress because peace of mind adds years to your life. And don't forget to reach out and connect with others. You're never too old to build new friendships or rekindle old ones. Aging isn't about giving up. It's about fighting for the life you deserve, healthy, strong, and independent for as long as possible. Let me ask you, which of these 7 signs hit home for you the most?